Hi, and thank you so much for joining me today. And today's video is for day 10 of Scraptember 2022, and day 10's prompt is to use a 6x6 paper pad. Now, I don't have a 6x6 paper pad, I don't have a huge stash, but I did have a 6x8 of the Heidi Swapp Sun Chaser, so that's what I'm working with. And I wanted to create another layout using shards, which is very popular at the moment. So I've just selected a few of the papers from the 6x8 pad, and this will work just as well with 6x6, so I don't feel like I'm cheating really. I've not used any piece bigger than 6x6 in the end once they're chopped down. So yes, as you can see, I'm just cutting some rectangles between 2 inches and 2.5 inches, and then cutting the 2 triangles off either side to create the shard. And at the moment I'm not particularly bothered about placement, I'm just kind of cutting and seeing what happens. Now I know I want to have shards top right corner and bottom left corner, so I want to start counterbalancing with some shards at the bottom, and I start messing about with these triangles that I've cut from the original rectangular pieces to create the top shards. And I get a bit confused here because I know I haven't used this paper, which I would like to use, but I also feel that there are a few too many shards at the top, so I'm just going to cut this piece and then have a little think about what to do. So as you can see, I'm adding more and more of those smaller pieces to the bottom left hand corner, and I'm messing and fiddling and I'm not quite sure what to do. So my favourite way to use some time to decide what I'm going to do next is to either do some fussy cutting or do some distressing. So I'm going to distress all of the edges of these shards while I have a think. And just taking that time to distress all those edges has given me a bit of thinking time, and I realise that I'm definitely not happy with the number of shards that I have at the top of the page. So this is where I start fussing and moving them around to get them into the right position. And there we have it. I'm much happier with the balance on the page here. So I just start lifting pieces up and gluing them down. And I'm going to add some faux stitching to each of the shards so I can lift up the edges. So I'm just going to use a thin black pen to create a line down the middle so it looks like they've been stitched onto the layout. So just running the glue down the middle so that the edges can still be lifted up. And then I'll work on the photo afterwards, because I know for sure that that's going to need some mats and some foam underneath to raise it up above all this texture that we've got from distressing the edges and folding up the edges of the shards. So there we go, all the pen marks are down and I've lifted up the edges, and I'm really liking the way this is looking with all the texture. So now I'm just going to go in with a few photo mats. I start with this black and white dot, which is the scrap from the original piece, and then I'll go in with this colourful dot one, and then finally I'll go in with that black script that you can see on the left hand side. I really love the way that looks. It really pops off those shards now, and I like the torn edge at the bottom, and that just gives me some space to add one of these wordy stickers, definition stickers. I couldn't think of the word then. They're definition stickers, and I settle on one that says having a blast, because that's what the girls were doing. They had such a fun day at the May Queen at Lim. So now coming in with some foam. I've just decided to use fun foam today. I wanted something solid to stick it down onto those shards because I knew it wasn't going to be easy to make it stick. Making sure it's straight with the T-ruler, and then using a spare piece of fun foam to make sure it's well and truly stuck. I find that my fingers can stick to the photo, so it's easier to use something on top of it, just a spare piece of paper or a piece of foam or whatever you've got to hand. So next I'm going to look at these puffy phrase stickers and choose a title from them, and I end up with the words weekend fun. This is something that I have a tendency to hoard, so I'm determined to try and use them now on the layouts where I'm using this Sun Chaser collection. So it's a great way to cut them off the sheet so that you can position them before sticking them down, just to check that you're happy with how it looks on your layout. I'm now going in with the sticker book. I haven't used very much at all from this sticker book, so I'm trying to make a concerted effort now to use a few more bits up. So I start with this Fun Times that just fits really nicely underneath that word weekend. And then there's a banner sticker that says Best of Friends, and Amelia and Lucy have been best of friends since they started infant school, so that was really fitting. And then using some of these rose gold photo corners to create an arrow type thing to the left of that word weekend, and you can see it's a bit wonky, so I have to go back in a couple of times to get them in the right position. And I knew I wanted to put in there that it was Lynn May Queen, and I was going to just add it in the journaling, but when I saw these tile stickers, I thought they would be a great way of adding that as a subtitle. So just going through and choosing random colours. I kept this circle that says enjoy out from the puffy thickers because I really like the look of that, but I want another circular element to layer it on top of, and this isn't something that I would normally use, but I just saw that orange and I thought, well, most of it's going to be covered, so that works really nicely there, just to add a bit of something extra to that enjoy sticker. Next I'm going to go in with my journaling, so grabbing my tea ruler and my pencil, just drawing a few guidelines, and then I'll just use a black pen to journal. And now that journaling's added, the last thing to do is add my date stamp, which I do to the right hand corner of that photo using pine needles Distress Oxide. And that's it, today's layout done using a 6x6, except I used a 6x8 paper pad. please do go down to the description box and check out the playlist of everybody else having fun with this great hop, and I shall see you tomorrow for the next video. Thanks so much. Bye.